A lot of fun. I got good friends here.
And what's the best part about it, aside from having fun? What part do you enjoy?
When the people move into their house, the first one we did, even the other ones, it puts a tear in your eye because the people are so excited.
All of my friends, all of my friends, all of my friends, all of my friends.
Hello, and welcome to Habitat for Humanity of Rockland's first annual Raise the Roof celebration and fundraiser. I'm Scott Vanderhoff, Executive Director of Habitat for Rockland. And we're going to have a wonderful evening tonight, and we welcome you. Habitat, of course, builds homes here in Rockland County for low-income working families who are in need, and providing them safe and healthy homes. We do one at a time. It's not a handout, it's a hand up, a helping hand to help people actually afford to live in their own homes. It's built with volunteers and with love, and we do it for that purpose. So tonight, we have a special time because we're going to celebrate not only some of our successes, but our volunteers, but also have a little bit of music as well. Now you can go to habitatrockland.org anytime, and you can donate there or volunteer. It's a wonderful place to learn. You can also sign up for our newsletters. So tonight, we have a very special night. It won't be long, but it should be fun. I am honored and very privileged to have with me our very own Dr. Frances Pratt. And it's our honor to have her as our Rockland County Habitat for Humanity honoree for 2021. Aside from being recognized countywide for her beautiful hats, she has provided a much needed, strong, and dignified voice for the struggle for equal justice in our community as president of the Nyack NAACP. Persuaded by then President Leonard Cook, she became president in 1980 and served 40 years until just this year. Her extraordinary wit, caring, demeanor, strength of conviction, and ability to listen to others has made her an outstanding community leader. Although from the Carolinas, she will forever be known as a daughter of Rockland County. She served 53 years as a nurse at Nyack Hospital and was the first African-American head nurse at the emergency room. Dr. Pratt has received numerous awards and accolades for her service, including the first Nyack College Social Justice Award for advocacy for those who are voiceless. She's been inducted to the Rockland County Civil Rights Hall of Fame. She has an honorary doctorate from Nyack College, and she's about to have a street named after her. It is with great warmth and enthusiasm that I recognize and see and can talk to Dr. Frances Pratt. Frances, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad you have your hat on too. Just before, how did the hat begin? I understand it began as a matter of church going and being part of society.
That's true with African American women, but mine started as a result of me coming to New York on a sleep-in job after I could not any longer work. And the lady that I was living with bought me a hat. And when I was on my way to South Carolina, my husband thought that I looked so nice that he just wanted to keep me in hats. So my husband is the one that really loved to see me in hats and coordinate my outfits.
Well, and from that point on, whenever we're at some kind of community event, all I do is look for the hat and I can find you. So tell me what, after your long tenure as our president of the NAACP in Nyack, what pleases you the most about your tenure?
And looking back over the past 40 years, among the moments I am grateful for is the loving and committed community of people that make up Nyack and its surroundings. Other than my parents, husband, sibling, and children, and church, my work and friendship with Dr. Hazel Dukes, the NAACP New York State Conference president, has influenced a deep understanding and commitment to the principles and missions of the NAACP and to social justice and civil rights.
Very good. That sounds just like you in every respect. And you know, looking back, so much of what you've accomplished, I think, is based on who you are, your sense of humor, your straightforwardness. You have a genuine outreach to people. You listen to people. There are so many leaders today that do not listen, in my opinion. I mean, what would you say to folks who look up to you and would like to follow in your footsteps as a leader? What advice would you give them?
My advice for those in leadership positions is to lead with humility, maintain steadfast commitment and power in the belief that all human experience difficult battles and deserve to be treated with dignity and respect.
Thank you, Francis. This question is little, it comes from a little bit of outside, but I mean, are you hopeful for our country and our community, given all your experience? Are you hopeful for equal justice and social justice in America?
Yes, but there are always distractors. You see, the devil is alive and well. He's a liar, and he does not like anything that is good and that is perfect. And he wants to keep people's mind taken away from equality and justice and that sort of thing. So you just have to know how to deal with those situations when they come up. We are going to have better days.
Okay, well, Dr. Pratt, anything else you'd like to add for those of us who admire you and are watching the video?
Well, one of the most vital of our social needs is being able to live in a safe and adequate home. I'm so happy about Habitat because we really do need it. I am honored to be the recipient of the Habitat for Humanity Award and an opportunity to thank Honorable Scott Vanderhoff, because during his tenure as county executive, he saw to it that my youth council branch had money to operate and go to different conventions and things. And most of those youth under my leadership are great leaders now and very independent and financially stable. To God be the glory, Scott Vanderhoff. Great things you did.
You're too sweet. You're too sweet, Francis. But on behalf of the board of directors and all of us at volunteers at Habitat, thank you so much for lending your name and being part of our special event this year. And Frances Pratt, God bless you.
Thank you.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Peter Garuba, and I will be your host during this Habitat for Humanity fundraising extravaganza. To get things kicked off, please welcome Spanky and the Radicals, performing a cover of the hit song Drive by Incubus.
Uncertainty stinging clear.
the will of mine, chance to be one of the high. Will I choose what over wine, hold my own and drive? To me before it seems to be where one gets around. Lately I'm beginning to find that when I drive myself, my light is found. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. Open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there. Would you choose what over wine? Hold the wheel and drive. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. Open arms and open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there.
So thank you, Spanky and the Radicals. That was great. Woo! You know, there are so many ways to donate and get involved. Please visit habitatrockland.org for more information. And now, it is my extraordinary pleasure to introduce a volunteer honoree, someone who's been involved with Habitat for Humanity for many, many years. Please welcome Sister Marie Buckley.
Really, Habitat for Humanity is a labor of love. And you put a lot of effort into it when you were president of the board. What is it that drew you to become so involved?
Well, I'm a Dominican sister of Sparkhill, New York, and one of our mission is women making a difference. And under that umbrella, we have a goal of providing for the needs of those in our communities. And since we are a Rockland County-based community, we do outreach in many areas of social service, education, nursing, and I am an educator at Rockland Community College. When I was approached by the chair at that time, Christopher Baker, and he asked would I join the Habitat for Rockland board, and I said, let me consider it. And I again decided that that was a good outlet for some of the missionary or our goals that our community wants to meet. And so I took on, and of course I started as a board member. And as time went on, I moved from board member to secretary to treasurer and to then the president. And in that time, I was able to grow the board somewhat and try and put more professional people. Also, I wanted volunteers, and I wanted some of our actual home builders to get on the board so they could give us an input. What do they need on site? I always made an effort when a house was being built to go on a regular basis and give supportive care to the crew that was working on the house, and also finding out what we needed to do to raise funds, to look for services in kind. And of course, Rockland County has been very, very generous for us. And if you look on our donor list, you'll see many, many companies in Rockland County helped us build the houses that we've put up here in Rockland County. Our latest one is in Hilburn, which of course was a house that was in need of being refurbished and put back on the tax rolls, as I mentioned earlier.
How would you like to see Habitat expand in Rockland County?
I think the one thing that Habitat needs is more sponsors. That allows us to reach out to even consider purchasing some homes or that are now probably zombie homes, or allowing us to purchase land so that we could build for families. We have very limited funds on that line because you all know property is very expensive in Rockland County where we're looking at. We did have a home donated to us in Haverstraw, and that was a godsend, and we did repair that home and try and restore it to some of its the niceties, the woodwork that it had, the bay window, cleaning out the garden area. And so, but again, it was upgraded with electrical, rooms for a family, a nice yard in the back, which is what every new homeowner is looking for to provide for their families. The other thing I'd like to see is that we expand our volunteerism. There is a need to, I think, do a lot of one-on-one publicity. I know we have a website, we know we have Facebook, but that personal person that's out there in activities, street fairs, the malls, that can actually set up a table and answer questions and kind of assist people to make that decision that they want to help us. They either want to help with the building, help with our office work that's so necessarily needed, but expand our services in Rockland County. And I think we need people to be that one-to-one person out there.
That is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sister Buckley, for all you do. We are truly blessed to have you. And now, we've got a number that was originally made popular by stars such as Bing Crosby, Billie Holiday, the Andrews Sisters, Sammy Davis Jr. It's called Back in Your Own Backyard, performed by the one and only Hal Keshner.
We leave home expecting to find a bluebird, hoping every cloud will be silver lined. But we all return. As we live, we learn that we left our happiness behind. When they sing, you look for the silver lining. Ye silver dollars they're looking for. You will find, my friend, that rainbow's end in somewhere around your kitchen door. The bird with feathers of blue is waiting for you back in your own backyard. You'll see your castle in Spain right through your window pane, back in your own backyard. Ah, you can go to the east, go to the west, but someday you'll come, weary and hard, back where you started from. You'll find your happiness lies right under your eyes, back in your own backyard. You can go to the east, go to the west, but someday you'll come, weary and hard, back where you started from. Oh, you'll find your happiness lies right under your eyes, back in your own backyard. You can go to the east, go to the west, someday you'll find, gonna come back, weary heart, weary started from, well, you find your happiness lies right under your eyes, back in your own back, back in your own back, back in your own backyard.
Wow, thank you, Hal. That was great. I hope everyone out there enjoyed that as much as I did. Well, it's the sweat and passion of its volunteers that allows Habitat for Humanity to deliver. They are indeed the lifeblood of the organization. So now it is my pleasure to introduce two of our most passionate volunteers, Tony Savoca and Dale Robinson.
That's my buddy.
Of course he does.
All right, so I'm going to ask, well, both of you, thank you very much, okay? You're both special to Habitat, and the board of directors thanks you both. And Dale in particular, I asked Tony this already, but talk about how you got involved with Habitat.
Well, I had a cabinet shop for many years, and I had always wondered about the Habitat, tried to get in touch with them, didn't work out. And then after I retired, a friend of mine told me he was involved with it. So I stepped in one day, and it all took off from there. That was down in Orangeburg at the community center, Camp Shanks Community Center. So,
and how many years have you been working with us?
I guess it's about 4 or 5 years now. Yeah.
And what, for you, what's the best part of the job? What do you like the most about doing it?
Just being able to do something without having to worry about timing, money, contracts, or anything else. Just to be able to go to work on it, get something done.
Yeah. And what's the best part of the actual construction that you do?
Yeah. Oh, the woodworking.
Your woodworking?
Sure. Yep.
And
taking something that's broken and kind of straightening it out and fixing it.
And what was your occupation before you became a super volunteer?
I was a general contractor and then a cabinet maker. I had a cabinet shop for many years. We did commercial cabinetry for New York City. Had a crew of about 10 people. I finally sold the business in 2003. Retired. Semi-retired.
And now you're really working.
Yes.
All right, Tony. Tell me how many years you've been working for Habitat.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Dale, what year did we start Petition Street?
3 years ago.
Was it 3 years ago?
5 years ago.
Yeah, about 5, because my wife has been passed away over 5. After my wife passed away, so it's like 5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
And why do you do it, Tony? I mean,
I got to keep busy, number one, and I enjoyed building it.
Yeah.
I've been a long time retired, but I enjoy building it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. I got good friends here.
And what's the best part about it, aside from having fun? What part
Well,
do you enjoy?
When the people move into their house, like the first one we did, even the other ones, you know, it puts a tear in your eye because the people are so excited. I mean, the last job we did there on Hillside, I was really taken back from the original owner who owned the house. She came in and hugged me because I kept everything pretty much the same way as it was when she moved in there, what, 50 years ago? And she came up to me and says, "Thank you for keeping everything."
Yeah, 2016.
2016. Oh, okay. Well, you got a good mind. That's why you're a teacher, right?
Tony, on behalf of the board of directors of Habitat of Rockland, thank you so much for being you and for helping out.
You're welcome, because I enjoy it.
All right.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome.
This is Dale. Thank you so much on behalf of the board of directors of Habitat for your terrific volunteering. We greatly appreciate it.
My pleasure. Glad to do it.
Thank you, sir.
Heartfelt thanks to Tony and Dale. And for more information on how you can volunteer, please visit our website, habitatrockland.org. And now, the JamCats performing a cover of the hit song Soul Shine by the legendary Allman Brothers.
Feel
Whoa, thank you, JamCats. That was great. You know, at Habitat for Humanity, we've learned that helping families strengthens communities. So let's hear from the family who will purchase our next build. Please welcome LaToya Aguiar and her sons, Jeremiah and Jamar.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Mallory. I'm president of the Board of Directors for Habitat for Humanity of Rockland County. And traditionally at Habitat, March is Women's History Month, and we celebrate with a build for all women to come together on a house that we have in progress. Well, this year we can't do that because of social distancing. So we wanted to do something a little bit different and bring the house to you and show you some of the volunteers, the women in particular, who make these homes happen. And here we are in the home that we're building right now with the new homeowner, whose name is LaToya Aguilar. So we wanted to introduce you to LaToya to see who's going to be the beneficiary of a home. So LaToya, what are you looking forward to most about living here?
The backyard.
What about the backyard?
Barbecues with the family. I have a huge family, so social distancing, of course, but just having family over and have a space where they can actually be. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Excellent. And what is your favorite part of this beautiful house? That part.
The dining room. And the fireplace. That I cannot wait to start. So.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of work that's gone into preserving the fireplace. And can you talk a little bit about the work that you and your boys have done to help get the home ready?
So over the winter time when we did have a snowstorm, we did come to do a little shoveling. My sons are still a little young, so they can't really do work, but I was like, you know what, I've been doing so much here in the yard, I'm like, you guys come on. So they did shovel the driveway, but before that I was pulling out of weeds and chopping the branches off, so, and I did a few work in the basement too.
Yeah, so definitely a labor of love.
Yes.
Wonderful. And what are your sons looking forward to about the house?
The backyard. And the man cave. They can't wait to be downstairs in the basement. They're calling it their man cave already. So they're picking out what games they want and how to separate everything. So they're looking forward to that.
That's wonderful. I can't wait to come to one of the parties. I hope you'll invite
Yes,
us.
I will. I will.
Very good. So thank you. We're going to be giving a tour. Oh, and I did want to introduce Scott Vanderhoff, who's our new executive director, because there are men who are supporting this build as well. So Scott, hello.
Thank you, Jen. LaToya, congratulations.
Thank you.
And for all of you out there, this is a critical time. COVID has struck everyone, but particularly those who are looking for a place, a safe, decent place to live. HabitatRockland.org. You can contribute, you can volunteer, you can help us. This is just one example of providing a family a safe place to live, a place they can call home, providing a family unity that we often cannot get for people who struggle. This is an important time, this is an important place, we're important people, but the most important people are the people who help us do this. Thank you.
So we want to introduce you to some of the women who are making this build happen. So thank you to board members and our former board president, Susan.
Thank you.
And Lisa, who's behind the camera.
Thank you.
And Bonnie, who's filming.
And Bonnie.
Thank you, LaToya. And we can't wait for you and Jeremiah and Jamar to get into that new house. And now, a family that has supported the Rockland community for many years, please welcome Tom Chapin with daughters Abigail and Lily performing All of My Friends.
I'm the lucky one, I got sky and sun.
Got the breath to sing this song. I'm the lucky one, I am not alone.
I got friends helping me hall with
friends I've known since I was 3. Friends I'm real polite with.
friends I always fight with.
And friends who just let me be. Friends I can confide in.
Friends that I take pride in.
Friends who help me when I'm in a jam. Who listen when I grumble.
Catch me when I stumble.
Accept me for who I am.
All of my friends. All of my friends. All of my friends.
All of my friends. When I'm feeling lonely,
Like the one and only.
hungering
For harmony.
when I need affection,
Friends are my connection.
opening their hearts to me.
All of my friends. All of my friends.
All of my friends. All of my friends.
Half a world away.
Or just around the corner from me. I'm reaching out my hand, reaching out to you.
All of my friends. All of my friends.
All of my friends. All of my friends.
Tell us.
All of my friends.
All of my friends.
All of my friends. All of my friends.
Thank you so much, Tom, Lily, and Abigail. Well, folks, it's been a pleasure spending this time with you today. I hope you all find some way to donate or volunteer or support Habitat for Humanity Rockland. We really need you. And now, back to you, Scott.
Well, thank you for joining us on this Raise the Roof. We're here in Hilburn, our current build, where lots of good volunteer help has been very helpful and successful. Go to habitatrockland.org and make your tax-deductible donation, or just learn about us. Find out about us. Sign up for the newsletter. We are part of Habitat International, but we're independent. All the money raised here goes into Rockland. It's reinvested. Thank you very much. Be safe. Good night.
Half a world away.